Hello everyone and welcome to episode 5 of my Death Knight Let's Play series, also known as my final World of Warcraft Let's Play episode, where we are at the end of a very long journey, where today I just want to fly around Northrend, kind of take in some beautiful sights of some areas that I love so much, and I just want to talk about a bunch of different stuff and just reflect on a bunch of different stuff. Because this has definitely been a very long journey. We're going to episode 1 of my Human Mage Let's Play series. I released it on July 29th, 2022. I obviously recorded it a few days beforehand and edited it and uploaded it, where that is my first ever Let's Play episode for any Let's Play series that I have put onto my channel on YouTube, where I used to do some Let's Play stuff like back in like 2014, 2015 and some other YouTube videos, but those videos are deleted since I deleted them when I was like graduating high school or whatever. I didn't really want them around anymore. And we now have my Human Mage Let's Play series, which is my first Let's Play series on this channel, and I have made many Let's Play series in my whole big World of Warcraft mega Let's Play series, where for anyone who watched episode 1 of my Human Mage series, I talked about how I really wanted to play through Vanilla WoW, the Burning Crusade, and Wrath Lich King, which I did a ton of that throughout all of my different Let's Play series, where I started with my Human Mage, and then I did an Orc Shaman series in the Season of Discovery, and then I did 4 hardcore Let's Play series, a Night Elf Druid, a Tauren Hunter, an Undead Priest, and a Dwarf Paladin, where all those series was exploring Vanilla WoW and different aspects of Vanilla WoW and kind of just highlighting some different starting zones. Where I then did 3 additional series, my Draenei Warrior Let's Play series, my Blood Elf Warlock Let's Play series, and now here my Night Elf Death Knight Let's Play series, where these 3 series was basically just like looking at some of the older zones or earlier zones in each of the expansions of the Burning Crusade and Wrath Lich King, where I played through, Azure Mist Isle and Blood Mist Isle and Eversong Woods and the Ghostlands, as well as the Plague Lands, the Scarlet Enclave, where I had a ton of fun just exploring all of those areas and exploring a little bit of Outland and a little bit of Northrend as well, where I also explored through a ton of Northrend and Outland in my live stream series. And then I explored a bunch of Cataclysm and Mist of Pandaria in my livestream series as well. And I did a short series where I played through Shadowlands, Battle for Azeroth, Legion, and Warlords of Draenor. And then I did an additional live Let's Play series of playing through the Dragonflight expansion. And it was fun to make all of that content, though I definitely learned a lot about what I particularly enjoy about World of Warcraft, and to a greater extent what I enjoy about like video games in general, and just like where I have fun playing games and how I have fun playing games, and kind of learning a lot about certain like aspects of like gaming communities that I enjoy or don't enjoy. And I made a ton of videos kind of related to topics like that outside of my Let's Play series, and I've made a bunch of other World of Warcraft videos outside my Let's Play series, and I'm going to continue doing so in the future. But as far as like making official Let's Play videos, like what I've been doing, I'm not really interested in doing that anymore, given that I completed everything that I wanted to do. So now that I've completed everything, I don't really have anything else that I particularly want to do, where, World of Warcraft is a very big game, and I could just continue making Let's Play series over and over and over and just kind of doing like the same thing over and over again. But that's not really what I'm interested in doing, and I'm not going to be doing that moving forward, though I will still be making various World of Warcraft videos every now and then, where I think I'm entering a stage of my life where in the past I have played like a ton of World of Warcraft, and then like for years, and then I stopped playing a ton of World of Warcraft for a few years, and then I played like WoW like off and on for like yearly periods. I think when Classic came out I played for like 2 years, and then shortly after TBC came out I kind of stopped playing for like a year and a half, and then when Wrath came out I started playing, or like right before Wrath came out I started playing again up to this point right now, where I will most likely be playing World of Warcraft for basically the rest of my life to some extent. And I think I'm kind of entering a phase where I'm probably going to like play for like, a couple months, and then maybe not resubscribe for like 5 or 6 months, and then maybe play again for like a couple months, and just kind of repeat that cycle. And sometimes maybe it will be like 3 months that I play, and sometimes it might be like 2 years between the times that I play. But I just want to play this game like on and off, where I do enjoy it a ton, but there's like a lot of other stuff that I want to do. And I will never be able to like officially quit, nor do I want to like officially quit playing World of Warcraft, because there's always like people that are like, I'm going to quit WoW forever, and a lot of people make jokes that they never quit. But it's also kind of like just weird to say that you're going to quit playing like a specific video game just because you don't want to play it anymore. Like if you want to quit because there's like a very like specific reason for why you want to quit, because like you no longer like ethically believe in like the company anymore, or there's like been a ton of changes to the game. Oh, there's a rare. Let's go kill this rare. Or if there's been like a ton of changes to the game that you don't enjoy anymore, like it's completely understandable why you would like want to quit at that point. But like a lot of people just say you're going to quit World of Warcraft because it's time to quit or whatever, and that's always kind of like a weird concept, I feel like. And I feel like I might die. But I will most likely be playing World of Warcraft for a very, very long time. And one day might be the last day that I ever play WoW, but we never know for sure. This is very stressful. I feel like, oh, this is so stressful. I'm concentrating so hard right now. Okay, almost there. There we go. Now, I've never killed this rare before in my life, and I just got some achievement progress, so that's actually really cool. Let's see, we got, oh, I thought this was a bag. Oh wait, I did get a bag right here. So I got some supplies, and I got some cloth armor, so nothing too important. Where when it comes to my other Let's Play series, I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff in the future. Of course, I have my main Guild Wars 2 Let's Play series that I've been making a lot of videos for, and I have other Let's Play series that I will be making videos for soon enough, actually. I might spend a little bit of time working on some of the stuff that I currently have for like maybe a month and a half or so, and then I'll probably work on a new project that I wanted to work on that I'll slowly work on for the rest of this year, and then maybe next year I'll work on another project that I want to do alongside my current stuff that I've been doing. Where I just enjoy making Let's Play videos a lot, even though they're not like the most popular form of content on YouTube. I still enjoy making them, and I've had like a couple people every now and then say they enjoy like watching my videos, which always means the world to me. But I don't think anyone has ever watched every single Let's Play episode of like World of Warcraft, for example, that I've ever produced, which is like completely okay. But it does kind of demonstrate to some extent that like it's not really content that you're going to be putting onto like the internet that a lot of people are going to like thoroughly enjoy and like continue coming back to, especially after like the first few episodes of any specific series, where I make a ton of other content as well that I love making as well. And I think that's kind of just like the general goal of like a YouTube channel that like anybody should be going for. It's just making content that you enjoy making and that you enjoy watching, and then when other people enjoy watching that as well, it's just really, really cool. And that's what I've done since I've started like making YouTube videos, and that's what I'm planning on continuing doing in the future, is that I just want to make content that I enjoy making and watching, because I do watch my own videos, because I make videos that I want to watch. So I make videos that like fill the gaps that I have with like my YouTube watching like experience. And if people want to watch that as well, that's always incredible, and I love that so much. Where this is New Hearthglen, of course, where we have the Scarlet Onslaught here, a very, very cool area, which we can see off in the distance over there is the Howling Fjord, which looks so cool. But I do really feel like I have evolved a lot as a person over the years as I have been making my World of Warcraft Let's Play series, and it's kind of fun to think about like how much has happened in my life in like these last 2.5 years, and like how different my videos are Where like my first Human Mage Let's Play series, like, you know, the audio was horrible and I don't really know anything, and this video itself is also like pretty bad and I still don't really know anything, and looking back on this video in like 2.5 years, I'm gonna be like, wow, this is so bad. But you know, that's just kind of like an aspect of growth in any area of your life where you're always improving, or you should be trying to always improve. And it's fun to kind of just see like the progress that I've made in like the quality of my editing and like my talking and my audio and like my video and whatnot on my channel. Alongside that, I always think it's fun to look at the entire experience of World of Warcraft as a whole, because a word that really describes World of Warcraft, I feel like, is innocence, where when you play World of Warcraft for the first time, you are just so incredibly innocent because you don't know anything that is going on in the world. And a lot of people will start playing World of Warcraft and just like go straight into like hyper optimization and like just like studying everything they can and learning everything they can, which is like completely fine. But how I personally started playing World of Warcraft is with none of that, where I just logged in and I started exploring a really massive world with a lot of stuff and a lot of pretty cool stuff, with some incredible quests and incredibly beautiful locations. And a part of me will never be able to experience that again, but I feel like as I like fly through Northrend, for example, I'm still experiencing that to some extent because it's still stuff that I enjoy so much. And really, on paper, like, this is like very solid content, I feel like, and it's just like very beautiful areas that like a lot of people view like Ratlish Keen as like super old, but like to some extent it still feels very new and fresh for me because, you know, I'm playing it right now. And it's interesting to think about how I was once like an incredibly innocent individual, like logging into World of Warcraft for the first time and making like a Knight of Warrior and exploring Kalimdor and then the Eastern Kingdoms, and eventually making a Knight of Death Knight to explore through Outland and Northrend on. And then I got to experience expansion releases properly, and I got, you know, so involved in like raiding and dungeons and PvP and just like experiencing like a lot of different communities and guilds and whatnot, and eventually creating like my own guilds that I led through different things of content. And it's just like kind of crazy to think about like everything that I've experienced in World of Warcraft over the years, and everything that I've experienced in World of Warcraft specifically in the last like 2.5 years of playing this game, just because it's honestly a really like fun game to play through, where there are a ton of flaws with World of Warcraft and a ton of issues with the game as a whole, but largely it's just content and like an experience that is always going to be nostalgic for me, just because it's always played a really big part in my life, since it's like always been present there through a lot of like different experiences, because, you know, you can relate different times in your life to when like certain expansions or patches were releasing because they coincided with each other. And I think that's kind of like something fun to see, where I have that with like Guild Wars 2 as well, since I've been playing Guild Wars 2 since 2012. I was 13 years old when I started playing that game, and, you know, a lot of stuff has happened since I was 13 years old, and the same goes with World of Warcraft. Since I was 8 years old, you know, it's just like an additional 5 years on top of all that, where I do genuinely have a lot of like really positive memories with this game. And I wanted to talk about like a few experiences that I've had with this game that I haven't, or at least don't remember really talking about too much in my different Let's Play series. I might have talked about a few of these in my Night of Druid series, but I just don't remember that well. Where the first thing that I want to talk about kind of connects back to that concept of innocence that I was saying earlier, where for anyone who has played a Night of character or have been to Teldrassil, you probably recognize the group of 3 sentinels that are walking on the road outside of Dolinar, kind of towards Darnassus, but not going all the way to Darnassus, where they are just defending against the Furbolgs, where there's Furbolgs here, which is fun. But they'll like take care of like the occasional Furbolg ambush, and I think they give you like one quest to go kill a few of the nearby Furbolgs. And they are just like really cool NPCs in general. But when I was like 8 years old and playing through Teldrassil for the first time, I came across them and I'm like, these are characters who are spending their time defending Dolinar, defending Teldrassil, and defending the Night Elves against this threat. And I too should sacrifice my own time in order to help them, where I walked alongside them, and by walk I like walk like this because I didn't know how to walk at the time, and I just like spammed W back and forth or over and over in order to be able to walk with them. And you know, it was just like an experience where I really felt like I was contributing to the world, because when you look at all the like different NPCs and like their schedules and like the different emotes and animations they do, and like just like every aspect related to like the World of Warcraft and everything that goes into it to make it feel like a living, breathing world, I felt like I was contributing in some way, because I was helping defend this world and these sentinels from the occasional Furbolg ambush that happened. And you know, I felt like I was helping, and I felt like I was doing something, where in reality I was doing absolutely nothing except maybe gaining a little bit of experience. But to like an 8-year-old me, an innocent me, you know, I was doing a lot. And I think that's something that's like really beautiful, is that like you can really feel like you are contributing to like the world in some way, even though you're not. But if you could let yourself get immersed enough, and you let yourself fall into the role of like a defender of Azeroth, you can genuinely have like a very positive experience like playing World of Warcraft and kind of just letting yourself exist inside of Azeroth itself. Where I did eventually learn how to walk, and I learned how to walk, I remember so vividly. I was on the docks of Auradine in Darkshore, and you know, I was probably like several levels more, given the fact that I was in Darkshore. I might have been even higher level, and I was just like returning to Darkshore because I love to return to the zones I've already been in, and kind of just like checking in on the NPCs and like doing some fishing and like killing some of the mobs around there, where I did get some like mats and like some gold that way. But I just remember like looking through like the settings or whatever and figuring out the keybind for walking, where I was so excited that I finally figured out how to walk, where I went back to Dolinar and I found the sentinels and I continued walking with them again, but this time I was actually walking instead of just like doing this with the W key. And you know, that's kind of just like a funny moment as well, but it was a really cool experience to learn something new, where with like World of Warcraft I learned like a lot of new stuff, because you know, me being 8 years old, I learned how to type through World of Warcraft, or like I didn't know where the Q key was on the keyboard, where when I asked people for help with quests, I typed in like a question mark, because like that's the icon above people or quest givers' heads, and I'm like, can you help me with the question mark? And they probably had no idea what I was talking about. But I eventually learned where the Q key was, and I eventually learned how to type. And you know, partially because of World of Warcraft, I can type like between 95 and 105 words per minute, depending on the keyboard. And that's kind of like a cool thing, I suppose, that you can like learn that from like playing a video game. But like I remember seeing the vendor inside of is it called Androsel and Teldrassil? Why do I always forget the name of the starting area in Shadowglen? Aldrassil, there we go. I remember seeing like the vendor in Aldrassil that sold candy, and I'm like, I want candy, where I went out and farmed the Growkins around like Aldrassil for like a very long time, and I sold everything that I got to get some gold, and I finally got enough gold to buy candy, and I just sat there and ate like a whole stack of candy, because I didn't know that you were supposed to like save or use the candy in order to heal yourself out of combat or whatever, because it restores health. I just had like no idea at all. And I think all of that is just like a good example of how you can really make memories playing video games. Or like I remember stuff from playing Guild Wars 2 and from playing World of Warcraft and from playing like other games like Team Fortress 2, which was the first FPS that I ever played, to games like Minecraft and like specific game modes and servers in Minecraft that I have memories of, and playing games like Terraria and Stardew Valley many times. And like the night before recording this video, I played some Baldur's Gate 3 with my fiance, and that was me forging memories of playing that game and of playing with my fiance. And I think that's just like a really fun thing about like video games in general, is how you can just really make some like solid memories playing these games. And it's always fun to think back on my experiences playing World of Warcraft and to just like re-explore this world and to think about like the memories that I have like with this game and with this world. And as I do that, I'm also creating new memories of my own, because you know, I have new experiences completing certain quests or killing like specific monsters, and like even in this episode, Tukamuth, that mammoth that I killed in Dragonblight, that's the first time I've ever killed that rare, at least I think it was, in my entire life playing World of Warcraft. So, maybe I'll forget that, but also it feels kind of memorable because that happened in my final World of Warcraft Let's Play episode ever. So I feel like that's like a new solid memory for me. One of my biggest memories with World of Warcraft is that because it is the first ever video game that I played, when it comes to gaming as a whole, I have like so many firsts that are from World of Warcraft, like my first death and my first PvP death specifically, where I just remember this so vividly. And I like tried to look up some accounts recently on the Armory, and I'm not sure if these accounts are the same accounts or if these character names are like lost and new people took the names or whatever. But I remember my first ever PvP death in any video game in World of Warcraft was on my Night Elf Warrior, and I think I was around like level 21, 22, 23, and I was in, oh my gosh, Ashtanar, there we go, in Ashvale, and I was kind of learning how to fish a little bit, basically increasing my fishing skill in the waters around Ashtanar, where I've done some stuff, and Darkshore and Aberdeen, some people pronounce it Aberdeen, where I like learned how to fish there, and I did like the Blubber Glump quest, is that who he's called? And I just remember fishing in Ashtanar, where suddenly in the bottom left corner in my chat box, the local defense message popped up that Ashtanar was under attack. And I was furious that somebody was attacking this beloved town that I love so much, that I was just hanging out in, and I was fishing. There's Viragosa, what is happening? So Viragosa is a pretty common thing to find. If I find the Time Lost Proto-Drake while I'm here, I'm going to be so mad because I'm level 23 and I don't think I can kill it. I could try to kill Viragosa because I don't think I've killed her either. Anyways, I was fishing and I turned around and I saw a Horde player who I believe is a level 70 Horde player, as this was during the Burning Crusade, and there was a Blood Elf rogue just killing everything in Ashtanar. And I'm at that time somebody who really wanted to help defend the people of Azeroth and like the NPCs that I was around. So I grabbed onto my fishing pole and I charged towards this Blood Elf rogue, and I was going to start attacking this rogue in order to help defend the town. So I swung at the rogue and I missed, and then the rogue one-shot me. Because in that moment I learned that 1, you probably shouldn't try to fight things with your fishing pole, and 2, a level 22, 23 player is not going to have a good experience fighting a level 70 player because of how World of Warcraft is designed. So I died instantly, and I was like so concerned about like what had happened. I like ran to my mom, and I think she explained to me about like the PvP stuff, and I said to her the name of the Blood Elf rogue, and something kind of insane happened where I said that this Blood Elf rogue's name on Moknathal was Nave, N-A-V-E, where my mom was in like a small guild at the time where they were like playing through like some different pieces of content in like the Burning Crusade, where I remember they did like Hellfire Ramparts and they did like old Hellspread Foothills and stuff, and they were on like classic Ventrilo or whatever, like way back in the day. But she played with like a Draenei Paladin or something by the name of Nox, N-O-X, and this was like an individual that she became like, game friends with and like did stuff in the game with. But he had an odd character who she said was a Blood Elf rogue by the name of Knave, who was also on the same server, because on normal servers you can play as both Horde and Alliance back in the day, where I think on every server you can do that nowadays. I'm not entirely sure. But I thought that was insane that this like, good Alliance character that like my mom played with had like an evil Horde character that ended up being the first ever person to ever kill me in a video game. And I will always remember his name and like kind of what he looks like, a general looking like Blood Elf rogue and like TBC armor. And that's just a memory that I will always remember, hopefully for the rest of my life, where I was just an insane experience, I feel like, and it's one of those things that like you will remember so vividly if it was like such a big moment in your life, where it was a really big moment for me just because of like everything coming together to create like a really interesting experience. And I think that's just another thing about World of Warcraft, which isn't necessarily only like a World of Warcraft, but it's just so cool to see, is like how many memories you can make by like playing this game. And while I may never play it as much as I used to back in the day, and while I'm definitely going to be slowing down like how much I play this game and like really only ever playing it on and off, I'm sure I will continue making some memories in the future as I begin to like experience like, you know, some more stuff where, you know, I'll play some retail expansions every now and then that are like the second to newest expansion, where I was like playing through some Dragonflight recently, and when Midnights rolls around I'll probably like check out the War Within for like a few hours, and I really just want to try out Delves, if I'm being completely honest with you. And while I may have not enjoyed like every second of my time playing World of Warcraft because of like various issues that exist with the game and the community, I think as a whole I do appreciate like World of Warcraft a lot, just because of the memories that I do have, and just because I did fall in love with like some locations around Azeroth that, you know, I just hold a lot of nostalgia for and a lot of favorability towards. And when it comes to my Let's Play like mega series as a whole, where I have like my Guild Wars 2 Let's Play series where I'm like doing like a lot of stuff really concentrated in like one series. With my World of Warcraft Let's Play series, I did like a bunch of different series kind of all connected to one another, where like my Death Knight Let's Play series is like an isolated series in and of itself, but it's also, you know, a part of my whole mega series that I feel like everything is combined together to create like one like thorough experience of like World of Warcraft from like my perspective, at least, where I love the Argent tournament so much. And I keep talking about this, but I do sincerely hope we get permanent The Burning Crusade and permanent Wrath Lich King realms in the future, just because I really want to play through those pieces of content, just because I love it so much. And I think I appreciate my World of Warcraft Let's Play series a lot because I learned a lot playing through my Human Mage series and into my Orc Shaman series, and like so on and so forth, where I just did like a lot of different things and experimented with a lot of different things and took time to like learn a lot of different things, where I just learned a lot throughout my time playing World of Warcraft in my Let's Play series. And I feel like to some extent I am now like a better content creator in many ways because of the things that I've learned, where I'll continue doing that in the future with like different series that I make and like different types of videos that I create and whatnot. One of the biggest things about my World of Warcraft Let's Play series that I really wanted to do is to document my favorite parts of World of Warcraft and some other parts of World of Warcraft as well, where I partially want to do that just so I can come back to it in the future, where 10 years from now it'll definitely be fun to like watch my experience playing through the Death Knight starting experience once again, because maybe I haven't done it in 10 years and it'll be fun to like watch my experience playing through it and to re-experience it that way, where the same idea goes with like the Draenei starting experience and the Dwarf starting experience and the Human starting experience and so on and so forth, where it's just like content that I do love a lot. And maybe 50 years from now World of Warcraft might not be around anymore, the servers may have shut down, but I'm gonna have like a good time watching the Let's Play series that I made and kind of just like reminiscing about like my favorite aspects of the game as I play through those aspects of the game. And that was really one of my biggest motivations for like this entire project as a whole, is that I just wanted to document everything about World of Warcraft that I love, and I think I have successfully done that over the last like 2.5 years. And to some extent I feel like very complete in that aspect and very, very happy. And I feel like for what I have done, or for what I wanted to do, I think I did like a pretty solid job in that sense, where when it comes to like the quality of the videos and the like content of the videos and like the viewer experience specifically, you know, there's a lot of issues here and there, but I do think I have like grown a lot, as I've said. And the Let's Play series as a whole, I feel like are just always going to be a little bit on like the lower level of quality, where I don't care too much about like my sound design in my videos, and like nothing scripted. I've said where probably like 40 times in this video. I've said but like 20 times, and like 300 times. And there we go. I just feel like it's like not content that is like super high quality, but it's still like content that for me at least is enjoyable and is something that I am excited to watch through again one day. Here's the Onslaught Harbor. Very cool location. This is kind of a testament to my series as a whole and an example of how the content might not be the best. But if you were to watch every single second of every single one of my Let's Play episodes, all my streams and my shorts, you would get a pretty good example and like demonstration of everything that I love about World of Warcraft, as I play through like so much stuff and I read about like so much lore and like read books and whatnot, and just like experience some of my favorite things in World of Warcraft as a whole, where I do feel like I was successful in that regard. And I do think the videos aren't like that bad. Like my Human Mage videos are definitely pretty rough, but my entire Mega series as a whole is definitely like a lot of experimentation, like learning a lot of different things, like video lengths and like specific aspects of content and like video styles that I will take into my other Let's Play series that I do in the future, where the videos that I've like recently produced in the series and the videos that I'm like currently producing in my Guild Wars 2 Let's Play series is kind of just like what I've learned that I enjoy the most and what people seem to enjoy the most. Where there are going to be like other styles of series that I do in the future as I continue my Minecraft series, you know, that's like a pretty different type of Let's Play video compared to like my Guild Wars 2 or my World of Warcraft series. But my World of Warcraft series has still contributed to me learning how to make like my Minecraft series as a whole that I will continue in the future. Ice Crown Citadel, so very, very cool. I always love the like duality of Ice Crown and like the Spire Ice Crown and Delarian with the Violet Citadel, that's what it's called, like right next to each other, where this is like evil and this is good, where Delarian is just a fantastic city. And I love it so much. It's just an incredible hub city, which may no longer be an option for a city in the future, but they did bring it back with like the Legion expansion, which a lot of people enjoyed a lot. And now, spoilers for the War Within, it was destroyed, and some people think it won't be coming back, just because some people think it is overused, but I don't mind being able to have it here in Rathlich Keen, and also have it in a Legion, I suppose, even though I did play a lot of Legion. I did not play nearly enough Legion to be in comparison to my experience playing through Rathlich Keen. Also got Rumor's Temple all the way over there, which is cool. It'll be interesting to explore the last Titan expansion as we like fly through like Northrend, and like when we come to this area of the Crystal Song Forest, we won't see Delarian floating here. But everything that I have talked about over the last like half an hour or so as I've flown through Northrend is really just like my random, unorganized thoughts about World of Warcraft, my time playing World of Warcraft, my World of Warcraft Let's Play series, and my time doing my World of Warcraft Let's Play series, and my experiences with everything and what I've learned from everything, where I'm just feeling really, really completed, I suppose, and like very satisfied with what I've done into this series. And I'm very happy that I've successfully done a massive mega series where I did a lot of different things, a lot of different Let's Play series within this mega series, and I accomplished a lot in this series, and I feel very, very happy with that. And I do hope that people enjoyed watching this series and all my other World of Warcraft Let's Play series, and I hope you enjoy watching my future Let's Play series and my other videos that I produce as well, because I do produce a ton of stuff that is not Let's Play content. But as we close out my World of Warcraft mega series, there are a few things that I want to do, where first I want to return to Teldrassil, which we have to go to Stormwind. And then I think I need to chat with a portal person in Stormwind. Okay, I have a portal to Darnassus here, and I'm hoping this works because World of Warcraft has changed a lot over the years, and Darnassus in the modern day World of Warcraft is really different than how it was prior to Battle for Azeroth. And it looks like we are in the clear. This is kind of a full circle moment for me, because my first ever character in World of Warcraft was a Night Elf warrior, and it is fun to return here and to just see Darnassus and Teldrassil once again. And I have so much nostalgia with this area. And this is in like the Cataclysm version of the game, so it's like a little bit different than like how it was during the Burning Crusade. But largely it feels pretty similar. Teldrassil wasn't changed too much with Cataclysm. It changed a lot at the end of Battle for Azeroth, or the beginning of Battle for Azeroth. But of course, I talked about my first ever PvP death in World of Warcraft and in any video game. There is my first ever PvE death in World of Warcraft, and by extension, my first ever death in a video game. And that death happened at like around level 8, level 9, and it was here in Teldrassil, which is kind of cool that I made it to like level 8, level 9 without dying. But I remember being so upset that I died and not really knowing what happened. And it happened here in southwestern Teldrassil, where there wasn't all that stuff going on over there. But it happened to a Night Saber Stalker. I believe it was a Night Saber Stalker, the same name as the Night Sabers in this area in southwestern Teldrassil, end of the Burning Crusade, where one of these cats was the first creature or enemy in general to ever kill me in a video game. So I think it's time to take a little bit of revenge here. And that felt kind of nice. But when it comes to my World of Warcraft Let's Play series, a more appropriate full circle moment I feel like has to be flying through Elwynn Forest, where we started way over there in Northshire in my first ever Let's Play series, my first ever Let's Play video on this channel. And I explored through all of Elwynn Forest in about 3.5 episodes, I think. And I had a fantastic time doing so, because Elwynn Forest as a whole is just an incredible area to play through, and it tends to be many players' like favorite zone in all World of Warcraft, just because of how it's like one of the most iconic zones in the entire game, and is one of the most played zones, and is like one of the first zones that any World of Warcraft player does, given the fact that it's the human starting zone. But like how many years ago I had my first ever death in World of Warcraft in, I believe, episode 3 of my Human Mage Let's Play series. I was again like level 8 or 9 or something, and I had my first ever death in that series. And if you remember from episode 3 of my Human Mage series, it was to the Murlocs here. And I said I would return in the future and claim vengeance for what happened to me in that series. So just like what I did against the Night Sabers, let's go ahead, attack this Murloc lurker, and we can claim revenge for our Human Mage, my first ever series. And that also felt kind of nice, but also a little weird and random at the same time. And now I think we are truly at the end, where over the last 2.5 years I have had a lot of fun playing through World of Warcraft in my different Let's Play series, and I have completed everything that I wanted to complete. Or I'm going to continue making some World of Warcraft videos here and there in the future, and I will continue playing World of Warcraft every now and then again in the future, where I'm excited for whatever memories that I create in the future. But over the last 2.5 years, I have recorded pretty much everything that I genuinely love about World of Warcraft that I wanted to document and to share with the world. And I do really appreciate all the support that I've gotten over the years, where I made many different videos and shorts and stuff, and I always get, at least a few views on some of my worst videos, and I get a ton of views on some of my best. I do just find it incredible that like somebody would even want to watch me like play through a game at all, where my Let's Play series do get like significantly less views compared to like some of my other videos, but it does still get some views, which means like some people are so interested in the stories that I want to tell in World of Warcraft, and I think that's just incredible. So if you watched any one of my Let's Play series, if you watched this one, if you've been here since episode 1 of my Human Mage series, and if you have been with me any step of the way, thank you so much for just like spending time with me and for supporting my journey and for supporting my channel. I do really appreciate it. And I think for the last time we can say goodbye to the World of Azeroth, except for like the random videos that I make, where I will not be seeing you again in a future Let's Play episode in Azeroth, but maybe I'll see you again in a future episode that takes place in Tyria, for example, where if you want to watch some more of my content, if you like my World of Warcraft Let's Play series, definitely go check out my Guild Wars 2 Let's Play series, because it's pretty similar, but it's just a different game, which is a game that I do enjoy more than World of Warcraft, but I do still enjoy World of Warcraft a lot. But thank you so much for watching, and for one last time, at least in World of Warcraft, remember to drink some water, check your posture, and subscribe. And have a good one, everyone.